So, child, I done went down this Lilly Tina rabbit hole with y'all. I have a couple of opinions about the situation, and they're probably going to be unpopular opinions, but I'm a purple one, so we like to play the whole tape, honey. I actually enjoyed some of the content. I can't get too much into it because if I'm being perfectly honest with you, it's a little bit triggering to me because I know that a lot of what's happening is coming from a place of privilege that I am not able to experience in this particular incarnation because of this melanin rich skin. And so there's a little bit of, me not wanting to feed my psyche too much of that because then I will normalize it and accept it as reality for me. So I'm not that invested in the content. There has to be a balance, but I wanted to be able to speak on Lilly Tino and have watched enough of the content to be able to give my opinion in a way that is respectful all around. Now, I feel like it's important to mention that I do resonate with some of the way that she story tells, and I see that she's had her orchiectomy, she's had facial film, so she's had her testicles removed. I had that done in 2006. She's had facial film. I've never had facial film, and she's wanting to have bottom surgery, have her genitals reconstructed this year, and from what I'm assuming, she's dating other women. It's just interesting to me when we call trans women predatorial, as to say that there are not beings who are born with wombs and identify with womanhood who are not predatorial. My first time ever experiencing being touched by an adult in an inappropriate way was with a being who was born with a womb and identified with womanhood. I have experienced inappropriate touching in my childhood from both sexes. Like what Lilly Tino brings up for a lot of us is the fact that if a person who was born as a Caucasian male is fairly attractive by American standards, puts a wee bit of effort into that transition, they kind of get skipped to the beginning of the line. Because a lot of them are products of colonialism that don't feel the need to resist the process at all. And I would be lying if I said I didn't get it. Because, why fight the process when it's extremely beneficial not to? And so it's not really hard for them to spew a lot of the rhetoric that's associated with going after the American dream. Because just because we being thoughtful don't mean we not going to acknowledge that these two are still in close proximity. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not really hard for them. They endorse it hook, line, and sinker. And so I think it's a little triggering for non-white people or non-Caucasian people when we see someone who is Caucasian reaping the benefits of their caucasity. I just feel like that's what it is with Lilly Tino. I know black trans girls who go in the bathroom and stand up and pee. Now, obviously, I cannot stand up and pee because I had bottom surgery in 2014. So I have to go through this whole production of cleaning off the toilet and laying napkins down, because depending on if like right after I have surgery, if I have to use a public bathroom, that flow ain't coming out. That flow ain't coming out right. Pee going everywhere. So I have to sit down on the toilet. So I have to go through this whole ritual of laying down, either the layer thing that you put on the toilet or laying down tissue around the toilet, or if I'm not having problem with my flow, then I can hover. And so if you have the luxury of being able to stand up and pee, which I'm sure there are some beings out there who are born with vaginas and identify with womanhood, if they could just whip one out and go, they probably would. While I can't do it, I understand the convenience of being able to stand up and pee. My struggle with womanhood or womankind is we're always on the internet bickering about what we don't want to accept and what we don't want to allow in. Meanwhile, back at manhood, men are over here getting 96 loads in their backside. They're grabbing coochies and running for president, being swallowed up, using 1,000 bottles of baby oil and throwing up Nazi signs at inaugurations. Don't even get me started on Buck Angel. And nobody's throwing them out of manhood or even attempting to try. And I think there's really a conversation that needs to be had around why we do that, like why we feel the need to interrogate womanhood so viciously. Like, where has that gotten womankind in general? No president, no pope, no major world players. Where has this gotten us, this extreme interrogation? And so I think we need to stop looking at womanhood through a patriarchal lens, because it is working to our detriment at this point. Siblings, it might literally be time to take them glasses off, wipe them lenses, and look at this thing again with fresh eyes. Whether you were born into the construct and chose to embrace it, or whether you chose to nurture that part of you and develop it, it's all a valid experience. This extreme interrogation of a space that is really look like it's heading for Handmaid's Tale. Like, what's with this extreme interrogation? Where is it getting us? I get beings who identify with and stand 10 toes down for manhood doing it because it benefits them to sow division, to weaken the ranks of womankind. But what's the tea with us? And to see so many trans people giving Henny Penny, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. There are no transgender bathrooms for Lilly Tino to go in. There are no transgender locker rooms for Lilly Tino to go in. The spaces that have to accept Lilly Tino are women's spaces. And if she has a girlfriend, no doubt a cis girlfriend, it's given they've accepted her. A lot of beings who identify with the construct of womanhood need to start assessing, where is this interrogation coming from? Because if you really just look at how things are playing out, it's women in the comment sections who have more to say about male sexuality, male's autonomy, policing other women, and policing males' bodies. And meanwhile, men are just in the background collecting the ones that y'all throw away. Sort of in the way that white supremacy collects pick-me's from every ethnic background. Oh, y'all don't want them? Oh, okay, come on over here with us and help us sustain patriarchy. I think the approach needs to shift, and the lens in which we look at womanhood through needs to widen. When there is something that is a struggle or something that is an offense or something that causes concern, we need to address it in a way that is not alienating, in a way that is not like we are attacking it and tearing it down. Because honestly, I feel like that's a setup. I feel like that's the trap. I feel like things are presented to us in a way that causes us to be our own Achilles heel. And I'm speaking as a part of womankind, because although I was not born with a womb, I am a part of womankind. I come from a long line of women. They are in my DNA. Womb bearers exist in my DNA. As far as I know, my chromosomes are XY. The X is associated with the female and the Y is associated with the male. But there are beings who are born with wombs, who are groomed for womanhood, who have AIS, which is androgen insensitivity syndrome. They literally have a XY chromosome. Not even the XY chromosome is exclusive to beings born with penises. Perhaps that's because maleness is a mutation, but that's another video. There are women who are not born with the XX chromosome. And so that's why I struggle with calling women biological women, because not every being that's born with a vagina has the chromosomes that are associated with alleged biological women. You could be born with a vagina and have the XY chromosome. You could have different chromosomal variations and be born with a vagina, and your chromosomes are what's supposed to make you what you are. I'm a biological human being, and I'm a part of womankind. I could say that I'm a biological woman because I'm a biological human and I'm a part of womankind. There are beings who are born with wombs who do not identify with womanhood. What's between your legs doesn't make you a woman. It's how you see yourself, how you connect with yourself. When I say cis, I'm simply saying cis because I have to put trans in front of my identity for y'all. We don't live in a world where we just accept each other energetically, where we accept each other spiritually, where we look at each other with our third eye and see each other from a soul place. We live in there trying to trick and foolville. So if I have to put something in front of my name for y'all to accept me, then cis is not negative. It just means that you were born with a vagina. They groomed you. They gave you some programming to be a woman, and you accepted it. You didn't fight it. Vagina or penis or a mixture. I have the right to identify and claim what I resonate with most. It's not rocket science. It's all in me too. So I just feel like womankind, women, need to interrogate why a construct and a space that is so marginalized, so attacked, are always trying to throw people out. This is not how you build collective power, and it is not how you heal collectively. I'm not saying Lilly Tino is right or wrong, because God Goddess knows I've had my problems with members of the trans community. I'm just saying that we all need to learn how to play the whole tape. Lilly Tino is on a come up, a hustle. The game is capitalism, baby. And I think some of us are upset that that's not a rabbit we could pull out of our hat. But there are beings who are born with wombs, who identify with womanhood, that move like Lilly Tino. Caucasian and melanated. But the reason why they get a pass is because they were born with a vagina. Still a lot of stuff that needs to be unlearned. It may never be unlearned. If you don't see the consequences of your actions, why would you unlearn it? In closing, this message is for the real women. When a cis-identifying man, whether gay or straight, jumps into the comment section or makes a video to validate your womanhood based on your genitalia, based on your vagina, it's not the flex you think it is. He's assisting you in relegating your personhood to your genitals, aiding you in reducing yourself to property and your ability to produce minions and slaves for the continuation of his reign, Hell patriarchy. This is why we focus the conversation on trans women and not trans men. They don't have that same smoke for trans men. Clock it. It benefits them to see us divided. Play the whole tape, sis. Lilly Nation, purple ones. Right.